Hello, my name is Monta, and today I'm going to be telling you key 3 mistakes I did as a startup founder and that I wished that I told myself before I ever started. My name is Monta Shabeh, and 3 years ago I moved to London, and 2 years ago I had an idea of building an amazing app that we called actually OnlyFounders. The idea of the app was that we create an app that helps people find co-founders, kind of a mix between a Tinder for founders and an online incubator. And the objective of this app is that we create a community where like-minded business partners can connect and found each other, because I discovered that the most important thing in a startup is actually its team. And there's a lot of accelerators and incubator programs out there like Y Combinator or Techstars, but usually even these programs that give guidance and help to the startups only help startups who already have a really great foundation, aka a really great team and a really great traction. Hear me out. I'm a business-sided person. I do not know how to code at all. So what was the best decision to do at that time? Open Fiverr and find the cheapest developer to do an app in the fastest way. And trust me, that was a big headache. The first problem is that actually I designed the app completely by myself. If you see this design and you see OnlyFounders app right now, it's a completely different design. I designed the design directly from Canva. Second issue, the code was terrible. Everything was messed up, everything didn't work well, and I just didn't do the due diligence well enough at that time. And the third and the biggest issue was that I didn't even have access to the code. So we ended up literally spending 10 months on developing an app that was terrible, that I designed by myself, and that we didn't even have access to the code. But that's not even the worst things. I'm gonna tell you some other stuff a little bit later. We learned a lot from this experience. We got a lot of users. We got 300 users on beta testing. The app was not publicly published, and we learned a lot about how things could go really wrong and what to do to make something work really great. The lesson from this is that we could have never got an investment if we worked with an agency like that. And here's why. Investors invest in people. In early stage startups, everyone could have a really amazing idea. But the reason why investors invest in me or in my team is because I am selling them the fact that I'm able to grow this app to a certain threshold if I get the funding from them, or if I do it even without funding. The funding is just supposed to make it go faster. So what I discovered in the startup ecosystem is that if you do not know how to code yourself, you don't start a software company, or at least have someone on your team that does that. So the second best thing we did is that we actually got another agency. Yeah, that was another mistake. We got a way better agency, way more expensive as well. But we also ended up at the end getting our own technical team, which took a bit of time. Second biggest issue. Now, to understand this point, you have to understand that my own background is within marketing and advertisement. I used to have a hobby of editing and doing a lot of filmmaking and doing a lot of media stuff. One sentence that I would say that it would help me a lot as a startup founder is that doubt kills more dream than failure would ever will. And here's the thing, social media completely messes perception. We see a lot of big creators such as Iman Ghazi, Alex Hormozi, Stephen Bartlett. These people who have really big resources and budgets posting videos with amazing quality, but you cannot just keep up with them because we do not have these editors working for us all of this time. We do not have that background. We are business owners, and as myself, as a startup founder, I do not have time to spend 10 hours editing a video, although I still do sometimes. And yeah, that made us slow down a lot. And if I could go back in time, I would just post random videos on TikTok, really authentic videos like this, where I just pick up the camera and minimal editing and just post it. At the end of the day, we had a couple of TikTok accounts that we created, and some videos did 90,000 views, 180,000 views, and all of these videos were just picking up the phone really quickly and posting something just authentic, which all of these big creators do not do because they do not share the beginnings and the issues of the startup. Now, moving on to the third mistake. As you may have noticed, we spent around 2 years developing and working on the app, and we only launched it around a month ago. When we launched the app, in the first week we had 500 organic users, and in the first 20 days you had 1,000 organic viewers. We posted another video about that which explains how we got that. But the thing is that we weren't able to grow this fast if you do not build a community yet. And a lot of founders, what I see is that they work in the background. They work for 2 years, 3 years, or even 6 months on a project, and they only start advertising it and building a community once they launch it, which makes a really small launch. So one of the things that we started doing is that posting some of these vlogs, maybe not a lot on YouTube, but mostly on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on TikTok, and creating a community where we share with people who are interested about how to find co-founders and how to grow. We also needed to kind of, in a sense, have a call to action, because it's great to have people interested, but if you cannot quantify these people and find them all in a similar place, you're basically wasting your own time at that time. One of the key things that changed things for us is watching this podcast by Dariv Zio and Daniel Priestley. And what this helped us do is that at that time, we decided to start a waitlist, and trust me, the waitlist was a game changer for our business. Now, we only started to do the waitlist and a landing page only 6 months before we launched our app. And honestly, we got 1,100 people completely excited about our business and waiting for it just to start. So this way, it helped us validate our market even though we were already committed, understand our target community, and be able to have a faster launch. Because remember, we are an app that connects people find co-founders. And if there isn't co-founders in there, and there isn't a community of inspiring, driven individuals, nothing else is gonna happen. If you want to learn more about how I started this startup and how I have 1 year to make my app work, or I'll be deported from the United Kingdom and London, watch out other videos and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for sticking up, and see you in another video.